It is without a doubt a very concerning, questionable time if you're a WWE fan as it concerns the ratings this week. You want to talk about a downfall, you want to talk about a decline, and you want to talk about that snowball effect being felt. Once again, you can blame it on DVRs, DVDs, NBC, ABC, NFL, NHL, basketball, tennis, whatever you want to blame it on. Golf. Bottom line is, you don't put forth an entertaining, engaging show. A show that keeps you gravitated. A show that makes you want to watch. Gives you a reason to watch from 1 hour to the next. Not only with Raw, but SmackDown as well. This week's disastrous ratings downfall continues for the WWE. And this is not good news going into a pay-per-view. WWE SmackDown drew 2.292 million viewers. That's right. 2.292 million views, down from last week's 2.658 million viewers. This was the lowest viewership since SmackDown moved to Tuesday nights, beating the previous low of 2.45 million for the August 9th episode. The final rating for the show was a 1.70, and that is why I didn't give you the SmackDown ratings several hours ago. I wanted to wait for the final rating, and I knew it was going to be lower, even though it was a good show. Even though I think both Raw and SmackDown were pleasing shows that were better than, the last several weeks or months or whatever you want to go by. Well, Monday Night Raw especially. SmackDown has consistently been pushing forth a good show, but once again, it's going to take more than one or two good shows. It's going to take consistency, continuity, making sense, strategy, storytelling, and making it entertaining. It's not just called entertainment. It's called World Wrestling, which means you need some of the world titles. You need wrestling, which I think we get too much wrestling, and you need entertainment. And when you're not making your shows entertaining, when you're not making your shows make sense, or when the show has bad writing or the script, listen, I don't blame the superstars, I don't blame the wrestlers. They're going out there and doing as they're told, but it is just too rehearsed. It is just too watered down. Just like the report that went out about the WWE already worried, already wanting to tone down and tune down the cruiserweights. The WWE already stripping the layers off the cruiserweight division. Now, I said that I'm going to still give you WWE news, WWE rumors every single day. That's what I was built upon. That's what I'm going to give it, my expertise. But I'm going to rant sometimes here. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to give you my real thoughts, my real emotions, because the emotions are going to come out now. Listen, you can play the blame game on whichever way you want, okay? The WWE aren't competing with any other wrestling entity. The WWE are competing with every other thing on television right now, every other show on television. And the bottom line is right now, the draft is proving to be a failure. I know we want to create new stars. We want to see interesting scenarios. We want to see different matchups. We want to see new champions. And we're getting that. But guess what? It's still not getting over. It's still not being manipulated. It's still not manifesting itself, okay? So the show, SmackDown, and both Raw and SmackDown in viewership were both down this week. Both shows. Okay, many people were saying that SmackDown was going to overtake Raw. SmackDown was finally going to get a higher rating than Raw. Instead, SmackDown not only got a lower rating than Raw, they got a lower viewership than they did last week. So the final rating was a 1.70, down from last week's 1.86 rating. This is the second lowest rating since SmackDown moved to Tuesday nights, in line with the 1.69 rating for the August 9th episode. This was a rough week for WWE TV ratings, as Raw drew 2.684 million viewers, the lowest viewership for a non-holiday Raw going back to the 1990s, and the second lowest since the 90s, including the holiday episode. As noted, the final Raw rating was a 1.97. Up from the 1.88 rating, but still under the 2.0 mark. This was the first time Raw had back-to-back ratings under 2.0 since the 90s. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, Raw is competing with every other show on television, but there is no other wrestling. There is no other company. There is nobody forcing the issue with the WWE. No one breathing down their backs. The WWE, having to answer to advertisers and commercials, and it's just it's not coming across as organic. It's not coming across as natural. You don't get those feel-good feelings, those moments, the unpredictable factor, okay? And, let's blame it on the dirt sheets and the newsletters. When the dirt sheets and the newsletters were out around the Attitude Era, What was the excuse? Why was the rating so good? Because it was the characters, because it was the promos, because it was WWE allowing the superstars to think outside the box. I've said this 101 million times already, okay? The WWE needs to evolve. They have taken 2 steps back instead of 1 step forward, and you know, it's very problematic what is facing the WWE. Listen, everyone in the comments, oh, Austin, The Rock, have those guys come back full time and everything's fixed. No, because the situation is still the same. The WWE is just so concerned with just being simplistic, okay? Just being so ordinary, just lacking, okay? And once again, like I said, this is a creative problem, perhaps a Vince and Triple H problem, perhaps the higher powers that be a problem there. Look, not only ratings have suffered this week. Did you see the live events recently for Raw? They had to top off multiple sections because people didn't give a damn. Like I said, what this has proven to me is the WWE needs to go back to the brands being together, because it's not working. Oh, well, it's early, it's too soon, and you may have a point. You may have a point. But how many more times can the WWE suffer the backlash, the outrage, the decline of ratings before something happens? I can almost feel that Vince McMahon is going to come out making an announcement that we're going to shake things up and we're going to put the rosters back together because of something. They're going to come up with some excuse. But this is no excuse. This is problematic. I mean, it's funny because Raw and SmackDown, storyline-wise, are fighting over who can get the better ratings. Who is higher? Who is the supreme? Well, right now, you can't really brag about, oh, Raw is beating SmackDown or SmackDown could have beat Raw. No. You can't brag about these kind of ratings. This is not good. And an interesting thing to point out here, well, I watch on the Comcast Xfinity Go app, or I watch this, I watch that. Listen, if the show's good, if you make it compelling, you will tune in. If the show has that ingredient, that element of entertainment, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I have to rant and shoot on these rumors and news and the ratings in WWE, because like I said, I've been holding back for so long, and I said this in the video previous to this one. When I heard about the WWE tuning down the cruiserweights already and not wanting to see them do high-flying maneuvers, which what sets them apart from other divisions in WWE and other superstars and other, athletes and champions and what have you, and then you see the ratings decline, and you ask yourself, and you wonder, does the WWE really wonder? At what point is the USA Network going to say, all right, we have a contract with you, whatever it is, 3 to 5 years, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. But at what point does the USA Network step in and say, you know what? When push comes to shove, we need to see something work. We need to see something happen here, because it's not happening. Like I said, Raw and SmackDown, I don't have much to complain about this week. Raw and SmackDown, for the most part, were watchable or worth a watch or worth tuning in to see again. There were some highlights. There were some high moments. No doubt about it. Some great matches, great chemistry, great storytelling. But it's going to take more than 1 or 2 episodes. You have to have a string of good storytelling matches, unique outcomes. John Cena lost. John Cena lost clean in the middle of the ring on SmackDown to Dean Ambrose. But it doesn't really matter now when not a hell of a lot of people are watching. And what does that say about the champions right now, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens? It's not just, you can't just place the blame on them, but a little bit of blame can be placed on them. Not only that, but creative. And a whole bunch more. I mean, like I said, it is what it is. Until the WWE changes, until they adapt, until they do what they have to do, until they add the ingredients and fit the puzzle pieces where they need to fit, this is going to be the ongoing trend. And I don't care how much the WWE wants to say that ratings aren't a big deal and they don't really care about ratings. When they dip below 1 million, or they get 1 million and it's a 1 point something, like SmackDown was, and Raw becomes 1 million on the longest weekly episodic TV show in cable TV history, that's when the WWE is going to have to change. And that is when the WWE is going to have to answer as to why this is happening. Subscribe. Share this video on Twitter and Facebook. I'm out of here.